Indeed it will be. The Mini X30s are lined up on the dummy grid, ready to go. This is a look at the very fast turn 3. That's off the back straight, and that you can just see off to the left-hand side. That is the exit of turn number 1. 2 very fast corners on this track.
Yes, indeed. And the one at the bottom of the screen, we said at the end of the back straight, that's the one that's the tricky one.
Oh yeah, very, very tricky one. Here's a look then at the grid then for the Heat 2, for the Mini X30. It is Macaulay Bishop starting on the front row with Leo Robinson once more alongside Cameron Pratt-Thompson and Henry Joslin on row number 2. Then it's Thomas Cucurullo-Yeomans on row 3 with Wesley Swain alongside Eden Spanswick on the 69 plate. He's on the 4th row of the grid with Lewis Bird. Then it's Ashton Wiggins and Aidan Hassan on row 5 with Tommy Harfield and Jack Hobson on row number 6. Row 7, Taylor Orridge and Isaac Phelps with Fred Green and Thomas Behrman on row number 6. There's Fred Green. I knew there was a Fred Green out there. Jack Cunningham and Joey Brown on row 9. Then it's Charlie Morris-Jones and Brandon Truman on row number 10, rounding up the 20-strong kart grid. There they go, into the infield hairpin once more. And let's see if we can get a green flag start.
Well, I was just going to say, though, they're backed up quite nicely already. Noah's Ark formation coming out of the first hairpin. So we could, there is potential here to see a start first time. They've certainly been backed up early, so that's good to see. Fingers crossed, they can all keep their heads now.
Indeed.
Steady, 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 boys and girls.
Steady, 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 indeed. There we go. So, out of the final corner, into the tram lines, false start.
Oh, and it was going so well.
It was indeed. Nanny June joins us again, just saying well done to Lewis Mackey, of course, as well. And look, but you've got a fan, Butters.
I have, Sam Baker. Thanks for joining us, Sam. Thank you for your support. I wouldn't go so far as to say legend. Maybe legend in my own lunchtime, of which we are about to have one. But thank you very much for your support.
Again, please get your shout-outs for the Mini X30 lot. If you are supporting someone on the stream, please do let us know who you are supporting. Again, we'll try and read your comments out as soon as we can. There we go. Let's try take 2 then for the Mini X30 for their second heat of the day.
I should also say Sam Baker, TK and Clip and Drop.
Oh, there we go.
So, yes. Good luck in your endeavours this season, Sam. Oh! Someone visiting the chiropractor tomorrow.
Yeah, you know when someone gets a little love tap, when you just see their head go back.
Thomas Behrman. Right, here we go. Come on now, guys and girls. Let's keep it nice and calm, nice and calm.
Into the final corner they go, looking better this time around. Into the tram lines, accelerating away. Green flag!
There we go.
In towards turn 1 then, good start. Out of the final corner, anyone going wide there? No, everyone on the straight and narrow staying on the track, which is good. In towards then the boot section they go. All one running a little bit wide there. It was the number 8 that's going wide, and it was Wesley Swain who got a little nudge on the side there and got forced out, but he's back on the track and he's still going strong.
If my memory serves, the exact same thing happened in Heat 1.
I believe you are correct, yeah, I think you could be right. So he doesn't like that corner, really, does he?
Could be not getting the tyres warmed up much on the warm-up lap or on the formation lap.
Well, you see, they're not allowed to do that,
well, testing the steering. Who have we got wide? Coming out of the hairpin.
One in the barriers. Couldn't quite see who that was, but yeah, he's back on the track now. There we go. There is Wesley Swain. Oh, the concertina effect there.
And the 87. So that was again Thomas Behrman being mounted by Jack Cunningham.
Yeah, that was a shame there. And that driver is now right at the back of the grid. Well, they cross the line then. We end lap 1, and it's Bishop leading from Cameron Pratt-Thompson. Eden Spanswick, the 69 plate, is back up the sharp end there in 3rd place. Paul Munn Racing Karts 1, 2 and 3. Thomas Cucurullo-Yeomans for Crop Promotion is there in 4th place. Leo Robinson's not had the best start. He's down 3 places in 5th. He's really not having the best of weekends, this one, but he's still a very quick driver and he still fights back. He's struggling on the starts a little bit, is young Leo. Henry Joslin in 6th place. Then it's Aidan Hassan, Taylor Orridge. Then it's Jack Hobson, Ashton Wiggins, Lewis Bird, Fred Green. Then it's Tommy Harfield, Wesley Swain, Brandon Truman, Joey Brown, Thomas Behrman, Isaac Phelps, Jack Cunningham, and Charlie Morris-Jones.
We've had the 57 and the 86, so that was Ashton Wiggins, and the 86 of Thomas Cucurullo-Yeomans. So Cucurullo-Yeomans was in either 3rd or 4th place. And Ashton Wiggins again having a lively heat, the same as Heat 1 as well.
As an update, Charlie Morrison-Jones on the 12 plate currently not out on circuit. He's not started the race. He is in the pit lane.
Had the issues in Heat 1 at the start and then didn't finish Heat number 1 in the end.
That was on your screens there, a change between Leo Robinson and Eden Spanswick. That was for third place, so Leo back up on the sort of podium section within that 1, 2, 3, and now wanting to close that battle up because, of course, looking at the front, Bishop and Pratt Thompson have opened up quite an extensive gap and are whizzing past the start-finish line now. How far behind? 1.6 seconds ahead of Mr. Leo Robinson.
The biggest movers so far are Taylor Orridge and Fred Green. Taylor Orridge again having a fantastic start to the race in Heat 1 and following that up again with a second heat. Moving up 6 places already and up to 7th place.
Support out for the Croc Promotion team for Mr. Taylor Orridge and Thomas Cucurullo-Yeomans.
Cucurullo-Yeomans we saw having that crash a moment ago.
Nightmare,
so it's dropped down into 12th place at the moment, but I'm sure we'll be fighting back if everything is well with that kart.
Well, after those 2 messages of support, I'm sure he will be. There we go. 4.5 minutes to go. There is the number 66 of Taylor Orridge for Croc Promotion right at the back of this sort of pack here. Currently running in 7th place. He's got Aidan Hassan just in front and Henry Jocelyn. But he is part of this big group. There's Eden Spanswick as well in that, so the 69 plate.
So if Orridge can carry this pace through the next 4 minutes and 20 seconds, plus a lap, third place is still on the cards.
Oh, it is indeed. There's Cameron Pratt-Thompson there. Fastest lap of the race, 51.790 in 2nd place.
Closed right up onto the back of Macaulay Bishop.
He has indeed, but don't expect these two to battle. These two teammates, hopefully, fingers crossed, touching on wood, my prediction will be correct. They will work together. They will try and extend that gap up to Mr. Leo Robinson there in 3rd place. Yeah, we'll try to fight. There is the Croc Promotion driver of Taylor Orridge diving down the inside of Aidan Hassan. Gets the job done nicely.
Eden Spanswick, actually.
Oh, was it Eden Spanswick?
Yeah,
so
he's lost 2 places in 2 corners.
There we go. Crikey Miley. So,
3 corners.
Well, there we go. So Eden Spanswick struggling now here. And he's dropped a fair few positions. He was up into P3 earlier on. Yeah, he's dropped right down the order now. But there we go. The exit, they finish lap 5. Henry Jocelyn, fastest lap of the race there. 4th place at the moment for Mick Barrett Racing. Right behind Leo Robinson, you can just see it there. We've got 2 karts, 1st and 2nd. Macaulay Bishop, Cameron Pratt-Thompson. Then a little bit of a gap. Leo Robinson, then another little, very little, a schmickle gap.
As we said earlier, that's slightly more than a smidgen.
Yeah, exactly that. Just behind it with Henry Jocelyn there. Then we get this pack. Led by Mr. Aidan Hassan, Taylor Orridge, Eden Spanswick. Jack Hobson is also there with Wesley Swain. 2.5 minutes to go.
Good recovery from Wesley Swain as well.
I have to say,
we saw him very, very sideways into the boot section on lap 1. Exactly the same as what he did on heat number 1, but already recovered to 8th place.
Yes, indeed. Oh, no, that is Thomas Behrman.
So it seemed that all was not well with the kart post the hairpin.
Yeah, the KR Sport driver out of the kart, and that looks like that's at the exit of turn number 3. You can see there the number 11 as well has pulled over. Tommy Harfield, KR Sport. That's 2 KR Sport karts out of this race. I can see him just out the front of my the commentary box window.
Well, that's very unfortunate for KR Sport. So Eden Spanswick is still sticking with the 2 in front, which is Orridge and Hassan. Orridge, again, we've mentioned it before, but now made up 7 places this race. Aidan Hassan actually has made up 5 as well, so both of them carving their way through the field up to 5th and 6th place respectively.
Indeed, back here with your race leaders. Bishop, Cameron Pratt-Thompson, nose to tail, not scrapping away. Look at this, you see they're not closing that gap up, are they? This is what we mean. Working together, using the waft, keeping those karts moving in the right direction, not battling each other, not making mistakes. It's exactly what we saw. Do you know what? It's exactly what we saw last year with Fusion Motorsport, with Leo Robinson and Vinnie Phillips, and we're seeing it this year with Bishop and Pratt Thompson.
Well, that was the switcheroo between Orridge and Hassan, so yes, the over-under.
Yep. Orridge moving up.
And continue as you were.
Yeah,
that's exactly what they do.
Yeah, exactly that, yep. So up into 5th place now for Orridge. He's now onto the front of that pack, and is now the next group is these two up ahead.
And I said continue as you were, but Hassan has actually been overtaken by both Orridge and Spanswick.
He has indeed. Spanswick's managed to get past as well, but they're quite a ways down. Here, though, is the battle for 3rd place. I say it's a battle, it's not a battle. These two are going to be hunting each other, or working each other. They've become frenemies, and working to close that gap up. It was 1.4 last lap, 1.7 seconds, so not on the pace at the moment here at Larkhall. It's a tough old circuit, this one. It's a long track as well. It's one of the longer ones that we go to. Some of the tracks that we do are less than 1,000 metres, less than a kilometre, but this one, 1,140 metres. This is a long circuit that they've got an extra few hundred metres to contend with, and it's twisty. They have got a bit of resting time, but there's a lot of time where you're constantly on it, and like we say, it's bumpy, it's hard on the karts. Spanswick looking down the inside there of Orridge, couldn't quite do it. Robinson, though, now fastest lap of the race. He's found the pace, he's latching onto that one, and he's trying to close that gap up.
Yes, indeed, and you've got so we've got Orridge, Spanswick, and Hassan here that we're looking at.
You have to remember as well that these drivers only get one set of slick racing tyres per day.
Yes.
So they've been using these tyres all the way from the beginning of the day, from timed practice, quali, everything like that, all the way through these heats. So you've got to remember, you've got to keep an eye on who has really used these tyres the most at the start, who's pushed through the pack the most, who's used them up the most, because they're going to suffer in the finals later on. So that's what you've got to do. It's all about managing the tyres as well. So now, final
Jay, thank you for that. That's good strategic management of the tyres as well. And as you say, it could make the difference between a P1 or a P5 in the final. Depending on how well you've looked after yourself. And that's probably why these two at the front, Macaulay Bishop and Cameron Pratt Thompson, aren't racing each other particularly hard. No,
you've got to remember, their teammates are just going to work together. Even on this final lap, we've not seen any defensive driving from Bishop at all. And of course, this is good for Bishop, because this could mean extra points for him in terms of the championship as well. Because of course, anything that he can gain in front of it will help out. Out of the final corner, checker flag goes out, and a big thumbs up from Bishop to Pratt Thompson.
And one back from Pratt Thompson to Bishop.
Exactly that. Leo Robinson crosses... Job done, yeah. Leo Robinson crosses the line in 3rd place. Henry Jocelyn as well, just behind. They're kind of saving their tyres now that we're noticing. They're waiting for the finals a little bit later on, I suspect. Rest of the grid crosses the line. Taylor Orridge crosses in 5th place, up 8 positions. Great result from him. But of course, he moved up 8 positions, so he's used those tyres a fair chunk, I would say. Eden Spanswick crossing in 6th place. Then it's Aidan Hassan in 7th. Wesley Swain in 8th. Jack Hobbs in 9th. Fred Green in 10th.